Wait, hold
Hello and welcome to the 12th episode podcast. You can hear the dog barking in the background. I can't do anything about that. It's the neighbor. We're short one, Tim. Whatever. What's upset?
What's up, bro? What's new?
All right. Well, today we're gonna be talking about the new Love Hates. What's it called? Love Hates
No, love,
Love,
death.
Death, and Robot.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, but in general, I think that whole series is pretty cool. They have like that cool concept of having shorts, like yeah, a bunch of shorts variety into one title. I guess they have their own title, but it's just yeah. But yeah, in general, I think it was pretty cool. It had like different types of art, and yeah, it's not like you were tied to just like one certain story or whatever.
I notice it's like a huge range too.
Yeah,
So some of it is like really adult, kinda, and then some are very kid friendly.
yeah.
So beware if you're watching with your kids.
Yeah. Um. Well, let's just go like one episode at a time. I'm pretty sure it's all in the same sequence order.
Yep.
So let's start with the first episode, which is Sunny's Edge. For me personally, I think that was the hook for me. I didn't know anything about the the whole series. I didn't think it was gonna be consisted of a lot of shorts. I thought it was just gonna be like legitimately about like robots and love and death, but Sonny's Edge really got the hook for it, especially because there's boobs in monsters. um, I I think that they initially maybe wanted to have like a male lead, but then they're like, nah, screw it, let's do a chick with small boobs. What do you guys think?
I thought it was interesting. The boobs did catch me off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have like the elements there, right? There's like love, they're like kissing or whatever, and then there's death because people die, and then there's robots, which I guess are the little organic mechs, I guess, which is really weird because it's like they're more bio mech,
Mm.
like mech. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You could like pretty much somehow get into that beast's brain or like be able to control it, but minus the fact that there's no like pain to like the humans when those beasts get like hurt.
yeah.
That's I don't know. I guess you could control the motor control of their body, but not like the pain that they get. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought I had a pretty crazy twist at the very end where it's like everyone was like a human like jacking into like a monster, but it was actually a monster to begin with. I mean, that was my take of it. I'm not even sure.
I thought the person like uploaded her mind or consciousness into like the computer,
Oh,
and
oh,
then that body was just like a fake body.
oh. Okay. My take was it was the opposite, where it's like it was the beast all along, and then he just updates, or I mean, goes into like the human body. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong. You don't know. It's up for grabs.
Yeah, but yeah, it was definitely crazy. What'd you think, Tim?
I found the twist to be really interesting, actually, because I thought it was just gonna be like a simple story where like the the machines or something,
Mm-hmm.
or they're like aliens or something, right? They're like biomechanical
Yeah, yeah.
something. I thought it was just gonna be a story about how like they're created, being like betrays the creator and does that sort of thing. I didn't really see the twist coming, so
Mm-hmm.
that's where it kind of hooked me in.
Okay.
I think I agree with you. I think it was the alien like controlling the like human person.
Ooh,
That's how I thought.
I see. Well, there you go. 2 versus 1.
Well, we all have different because it's vague, right? It's a short, so it wants a hook so that we want to know what happens next, right?
Yeah,
Which they're not going to make probably most likely.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anything else on the first one?
No, we're spoiling stuff, right?
Yeah,
Spoiler.
spoilers and pretty
Yeah.
much what we thought about it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This was one of my favorites in that whole Love, Death, Robot series.
Really?
Uh,
Episode 1?
yeah,
Oh wow.
episode one. Yeah, straight up.
Maybe we should talk about our favorite episodes then. Okay. Like, Tim, do you have a favorite episode?
Actually, my favorite was number 6. It's the one with the yogurt.
Yogurt.
Oh my god, me too. That was my favorite too.
uh,
Oh man. What was your second favorite?
Shoot, I'm not really sure what my second favorite is. That one definitely stood out the most in my mind.
Yeah.
I think the other one was maybe the vampire one, I think. I don't remember what number that is.
number five, the Sucker of Souls, the cartoony one.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. It was
Mm,
like Afraid of Cats
I
or
think that
something.
was the first one where like they had like a more comic book style art style.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting to me.
ah,
And it was kind of
okay.
like a different take on like Dracula and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. What did you like about the yogurt?
It's the first one where it like actually made me laugh. I think number 2 was also a funny one, but this one was short and it really hit me. And the yogurt concept is pretty interesting. I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it seemed like a Pixar film too, right? Because it's like the kind of like the animation to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very
Kind of,
clean.
yeah, and it's like cutesy, and then it had some humor to it. Yeah, that one was I like that one, and how like they were blasting off into space in a yogurt cup
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
or
the
in
yogurt cups.
yeah.
It was good.
Oh man, yeah. What was your guys' least favorite episode?
I would say either the Zima Blue number 14 or the Fish Night one number 12.
Fish night. Oh,
That
okay.
trippy one where they're just like stuck on the road and then they're
Yeah.
like dreaming up. I wasn't even sure if it's hallucination or dreams, but like it was pretty much just like dreaming up fish about fish and stuff. So I was just like, okay, this is like really indie or like kind of dull for me, too dull.
I didn't like the dump.
Oh, was it with the garbage dog or something
Yeah,
like that?
the garbage dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad too.
Too many dicks.
and
I want to
boobs.
see those. Okay.
Oh, I mean, wait. If you guys like the yogurt one, did you guys like the Hitler one?
No, I didn't. That
Oh,
was my second one that I didn't like. So I didn't like the Hitler one. I didn't like
Which one's the Hitler one?
the dump, and I
the
didn't like Zuma.
Hitler one's called
Oh,
alternate
where they show
histories.
him dying like 6 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't that big a fan of that one either.
Yeah.
I mean, the concept is okay. It's just it was really like really fast. I feel kind of too fast, maybe.
Hmm.
It was only like 10 minutes long,
Yeah.
and they had to like fit 6 stories in there. So, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the cartoon ones I didn't like. I like the CGI ones more.
the CGI is definitely like really beautiful and really smooth. I really like the quality of the animation for the CGI.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's like Square Enix level, Pixar level CGI.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Like, I don't know if it's like a big company that did this, but it's expensive to have the program. The
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it, but I think it starts with the M. But it's like in order to keep it and use it, you have to pay yearly, and it's like 45, no, 30 to 50, I guess, K, just to keep it. So yeah, you got to be like really baller to be able to just be able to use it. So I don't know. Maybe it's a big company. Who knows?
No idea,
Yeah.
but hopefully they made their money's worth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did. It was pretty interesting. Like, I don't think they ever had this type of stuff, right? Like, do you guys know anything about like what's it called? Just like a bunch of short series in one, I guess, episode.
Oh,
I don't know. I
mean,
don't know what it's called.
just like show a different story every time.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like
They
completely different. Yeah.
they do like Black Mirror is sort of that kind of thing. Like,
Mm. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, right. You're right. You're right. They did say if you're waiting for the next Black Mirror episode, you might as well just watch this or something like that. Yeah, I remember seeing that somewhere. Um, okay. Do you guys remember the third one, The Witness, where it's just like a repetitive guy and a girl just running away from each other?
Let me check.
It's the one where the chick
oh,
sees the same or her own self get killed by the dude, and then she
Oh,
runs, and then the dude goes after her. It's like wait and stuff like that, and then at the end she kills him, and then she sees him
and
across the street. Yeah, and it's like
yeah,
a loop.
yeah, it's a loop.
Yeah,
Or he sees her killing him.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty trippy.
yeah, I like the concept. I think it's definitely one of the episodes where it wasn't hampered by the time limit. Because
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the episodes were a little too short. But this one, I feel,
It was just
made it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also there's a lot of boobs.
You're gonna say that.
Yep.
Tim, he's all the ones with the boob.
Yeah. Damn, I don't. Yeah, I'm trying to look at my favorites that didn't have boobs. Oh, the last one, the Secret Wars, didn't have any boobs.
Oh yeah.
The Russian one, or not Russian? Was it Russian or Germany? Germany, right?
They seem like they were Russian.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with Russian. They're
But
like
that one,
Soviet army,
but dude,
right?
that one did have boobs in it.
Did it?
Really?
Yeah,
I
it
missed
did.
it then.
Yeah, because they had to summon like the demon, and there was this butt naked girl
Oh
used as a
yeah.
sacrifice.
Oh shoot! I totally forgot. Yeah, that's fucking. Okay, well, I guess. No, all right. I got one. I got one. The shifter one, the dog one.
That one
Oh
had
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of boobs. What are you talking about?
Really?
The fox one, right?
No, that's Good Hunting. That's number 8. That's the
Oh,
cartoon
okay.
one. The CGI one with the
That's like
wolf.
the werewolves.
It's like a
Oh, okay,
army
yeah.
one. Yeah,
Okay, because yeah, those were just a bunch of dudes. All right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you win.
And if anything, you probably saw their dicks more.
Saw man boobs.
It reminded me of what's that one game where the humans could turn into like beasts? It's like an old game.
Like a strategy game or like
No, it's like an arcade game, the versus game or whatever it's called. It's like Tekken or whatever.
oh shoot. I know it's Bloody Roar.
There
That's
you
it.
go. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, bloody roar.
That wolf guy made me like remember those good old days.
Yeah. It was on PS1. It was great.
Yeah. And I was actually kind of hoping that they'd have more animals like a gorilla or like a tiger or something.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean,
oh, just wolves. Yeah.
It had so much potential.
yeah. See, all these things, it just leaves too much stuff that you want more for. So it's kind of like our short story, but better. Yeah. I really like the CGI for that as well. There's a lot of like physics that is accurate, I guess you could say. Like it's not like twisted and weird like like maybe like Final Fantasy Advent Children where they have like super godlike powers. It's like okay, in the realm of humans and maybe a wolf, maybe that's possible.
Yeah, it's like gritty, tries to like ground you a little bit.
Mm.
That's kind of like the bridge between sci-fi and fantasy, right?
Yeah.
It's like sci-fi still tries to preserve like a logical sense of science,
Mm.
where fantasy is just like I'm a fly anywhere I want
Yeah, we make the rules.
and hold this 80-pound sword with one hand
Yeah.
or one arm. Yeah.
And what about Beyond the Aqua Rift or Aquila Rift? The one where they plot a course and then they end up like I don't know, losing their way or something like that and then get stuck in like a soul devouring world or whatever. But it's pretty much the dude just dreaming about banging his what is it, his wife or his ex-wife or just a chick he met.
What is this?
I don't remember this one that well.
Really? It's where they're like on a spaceship. It starts off with they're in a spaceship and then
Yeah. You're just talking all the one with boobs again.
that's all the CGI ones.
Anyways, yeah, that one kind of reminds me of StarCraft or something.
Yeah, yeah, especially when
Yeah.
StarCraft feel.
yeah, when that beast or whatever came out, I was like, "Oh, that's a Zerg right there." At first I thought it was Kerrigan before like the whole entire body came out.
Hello, Tom.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. What about the 3 robots? What did you guys think about that?
The 3 robots?
Yeah, the second episode, the comedic one where they're like, "Oh, humans are retarded" or whatever.
3 robots. Oh yeah, I like that one too.
CGI. Yeah,
The
they're
one
like,
where there's like a sarcastic robot and Xbox
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and a baby monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they meet that cat.
Yep. Which can talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good episode. I was
That
into
one
it.
was good too. Yeah.
It's possible. like
Yeah.
like in the future that might be possible, you know.
Yeah. All the humans just become cats, or cats just become super intelligent.
Oh, I assumed that we like bred the cats to be like super intelligent, and then like the cats lived on because they, don't have to eat as much.
And they're super intelligent.
Yeah.
Ah,
What
or
else
maybe
is
the
there?
humans escaped with the yogurt. The yogurt came back for them.
So it's all tied together. It's like damn.
All the cartoony ones are tied together.
Mm. What did you guys think about the farm one? Suits?
That also reminded me of Starcraft.
StarCraft, yeah.
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 But
Zerg.
yeah,
They're
they
fighting
literally
Zerglings.
were Zerglings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were Zerglings, and an Ultralist came.
Oh yeah, and then they're in their Goliaths.
Yeah, they're in their Goliaths pretty much.
It's like country hick Goliaths.
Mm.
Yeah. That's what made it cool, right? They're like in a farm, and you wouldn't expect them to have like high tech technology.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll have like a game, like a tower, not Tower D, but like Farm D or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
Because that's what farms are kind of like now, right? They're still old school, but then they
Yeah.
have like iPads and shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh,
Cool.
the cartoon Fox one that we were talking a little bit, where they adapt to like the world where it's like. Do you guys believe that before all these technology and stuff, the world was like filled with like magic and stuff?
Feel like dragons and shit.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
It's hard to say, right? Because technology, to a certain extent, is magic.
Mm.
So if we're talking, if we go back to the past and then we turn on Skype, and then we see someone else in the screen, it's kind of like the magical ball thing, right?
Yeah.
How you can see an image in a crystal ball. So I don't know.
Okay, well,
Maybe Chinese people can fly.
in terms of transforming into a fox or like a fox demon, a
Yeah, like
succubus,
that
you
could
could
be
say.
possible, right? Because it could be like a biological, mechanical thing.
Oh yeah, at the very end they did, do that, but oh yeah, huh? So in a way, you could say like, okay, yeah, you're right.
Maybe that's where we have all the like vestigial organs, where like they're left over from when we used to be able to do weird stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Or maybe we kept them because they're like, oh, in the future we can use these again.
We might need them again.
Mm. Uh, I'm trying to remember what Helping Hand was. It's after the Shapeshifters. It's episode 11. And it's before the fish night. Helping Hand. I don't remember.
Oh, that one was sad. The one where she got hit by like a flying debris
Oh, she was just like floating out in
and
space.
she was
That
floating.
one.
Yeah, her
Oh!
air ran out. And then she had to throw her hand, literally, for inertia.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's literally a helping hand, huh?
Helping arm, yeah. That was painful to watch, not gonna lie.
Like, physically in space, assuming that what you did, are you even able or have the strength to tear your own arm off like that?
I'm not really sure. Like,
Oh,
because
man.
you have nothing to like brace yourself against. You have to like rip it out of the socket on its own.
Yeah, but also you're like in a vacuum, right? So
I mean, because if you had like a table or something to like brace against, it'd be easy, right? It would be painful, but you could do it. I don't know if you could just like rip it
Break
out.
off your arm at will. And it was very clean break too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about.
damn. But the struggle, I was cringing, like, well, not cringing, but like, kind of like hoping that she survived. Well, what she
Yeah, I
did,
thought
but
she
yeah,
didn't make it. I thought
yeah.
she didn't make it, but she did. And then the guy was like, "Hey, you need a hand?"
A meme at the end.
Yeah, the meme at the end.
You know that's what people were like, though.
Dude, honestly, that's quick thinking on her part. Like, if that was in my situation, I'd be like, nope,
Nope, I'm
I'm not
dead.
gonna do it. I'm dead.
Yep.
I'm dead.
Like, I
Just
don't
like
remember.
panic, struggle for 10 minutes and die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How it goes.
Did she have like a clamp when she was like repairing that thingy, or did that come off? I forgot. What happened
How she got
exactly.
hit?
Yeah.
There was just like a flying nail
Oh,
in the
okay.
orbit, and it just like happened to strike her in the back.
Okay, but wasn't she like clamped onto the spaceship or satellite, whatever, with like
No,
a hook?
she was just hanging on the
Oh.
yeah.
Well, there you go.
There you go. When you go out, uh, put a rope around yourself.
Yeah. Well, I thought they usually do that for like security purposes. That is just like even for for anything like for mountain climbing and stuff like that. You
Yeah,
need to
I know,
have that
right?
stuff. Yeah.
You do it for mountain climbing, but you won't do it in space.
Yeah.
I guess because they didn't expect like a random flying debris.
Yeah, but still, if you like slip or mishold, or yeah, misplace your hand or wherever, and
Yeah,
then slip.
you'll just float off forever.
Yeah.
And just like in Space Engineer, I floated off into space forever.
uh, at least if it was a game. Yeah. What else was there? Lucky 13.
Oh,
That's the
The
chick
dropship.
pilot.
the
Yeah.
dropship one.
Yeah.
That one was kind of sweet. How like the plane had his own conscious.
I don't in my perspective, I don't think the ship did have like a conscience.
Oh, you think it was just like good luck? Just
Yeah.
luck.
Well, also like what's it called? She was like a really good pilot, right?
Yeah.
And at the end they try to make it so it's like, oh, the ship doesn't want to die, but it's like, well, I guess you could say that, but I thought it was more just like a circuit malfunction or something. So it was kind of delayed, the
Ah.
explosion or whatever.
I thought that the ship wanted to make sure it got as much people before blowing itself up. Because it had cameras everywhere, right? So it like can tell who's there.
Yeah. Yeah. Not too much about that episode. I don't know. It was okay. It's not. It definitely did not make my favorite list.
Definitely didn't feel that like sci-fi to me. It was just like a normal like could be a World War II story. They just put in the space dropship and you know.
Also, I thought it was pretty cool that they made episode 13 Lucky 13. So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Okay, yeah. That bumps it up.
Nice connection.
I was more like impressed about that. Yeah. Oh, and then the cartoon one, Zima Blue, the dude that
Was a pool cleaner.
yeah.
I don't know. I wanted to like it, but I just didn't.
I don't understand. Like So in the beginning they said it was a dude, and then he got rid of all his body parts and turned into like a cyborg or whatever, right? And then at the
Yeah,
very end, he's like, "No, I was actually a pool cleaner
yeah,
with like advanced technology or whatever." So I was just like confused.
yeah. Like that's the kind of thing we talked about, right? It's like when machines become so advanced that they just become organic,
Mm.
and then he goes back to being mechanical again.
Yeah, and well, for him, it was like he just wanted a simple life, or just what was it called? What was it, like comfort or whatever, or no, satisfaction, right?
I thought it was about like him having this like initial programming from being a pool cleaner that he just like couldn't get rid of, and it kept like coming back to him.
Mm.
I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. And then he just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna end my life. Clean this pool one last time for the memes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe the first time was just like a rumor. Like you remember the chick news reporter said that he was like a human. No,
Oh,
like in the beginning,
well,
the very
I don't
beginning.
know. It's kind of like weird because like over time people like start to like create weird rumors. So like that kind of thing happens though.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he could have just been machine all along. People thought he was human.
Yeah, maybe. Uh, yeah.
Or I think he had to fake that he was human, right? So people would accept him.
I don't know.
And and then that's why everyone was shocked
Oh
when he
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, oh shit, he's a fucking pool cleaner.
I thought they were more shocked at the fact that he died, or it looked like he died.
Well, after he cleaned the pool.
Yeah.
Did he die? I think. Yeah, right?
Actually, that's kind of where I like checked out. I thought he just like died, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Or
story's
did he
over.
or did he just keep cleaning that pool?
I'm
I
pretty
don't know.
sure he just went back to becoming like a pool cleaner. I don't know. I
I
might be
don't know.
wrong. Okay. Well, uh, what's what was after that? 15 blind spot? Was that the cyborgs on the heist? Was that one? Was that it?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
yeah.
I don't know.
That one was okay.
I really like the design of the robots. I thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're pretty like steampunk.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty much like what's it called? At the very end where they're like, "Oh yeah, we upload our all our memories in a storage so we don't die." And I was just like, "I don't know about that." It pretty much killed it for me from there. No, because it's like we sacrifice, or like you see the struggle of, I guess, the rookie, where he's like, "Oh my god, everyone's dying," and I had to like muster up my courage and steal this bomb, or what did he have to do? I don't know. It was either like acquire something or steal something. I don't know.
I just know they were stealing stuff. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were stealing like a chip.
And then there's a
No.
bro, right?
Yeah,
The brobot.
the robot with one arm.
Yeah. And he had a brain in his penis or whatever, like that general area.
The Leroy guy.
Yeah.
YJ.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And then what else was there? Ice Age? Which one was that? Number
Oh, that one was
16.
good. I
Oh,
like
that was
that
the
one.
weird one.
The one where they found a civilization in the
Oh, with
Because they had the like actors, and they also had the like cartoony.
yeah.
Or
That one reminded me of Rick and Morty, the one where
yeah.
he makes a universe inside another universe.
Have you seen like Futurama? There was an episode where like I don't know. Have you guys seen it?
yeah. Wait,
There
which
was an
episode though?
episode where they Bender had like a civilization growing on his body. That's what it
Oh,
reminded me
on
of.
his ass, yeah.
I think people have like contemplated that thought for decades, right? Cause like even like bacteria, right? They have like their own civilization.
Mhm.
It's just
Yeah.
so small to see. So maybe we're on someone's ass. Just so small.
Yeah, right. Because we think of them as being sentient, but we don't really understand their like how the brain works in that way.
Yeah.
I
And I
thought,
like how
yeah,
they like did a full 360.
yeah.
Because remember they found like the woolly mammoth
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
the beginning, and they were like, "There's no woolly mammoth in medieval times," you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means like that freezer has been going in like a circle for like a while. Because at the end it came back to like the dinosaur age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Wait, so I'm guessing when he turned off the freezer just still goes on.
It just resets itself. Fair enough.
I guess. What do you guys think about like the concept of like if you saw what happens after like our time where there's like buildings and stuff, they have like flying cars and there's a one big what was it like an energy cube or something like that?
Yeah, it's like kind of like everyone is just strapped in into like a giant network now. Nobody moves around, right?
Yeah.
Like a giant hub,
Yeah, like the
aka
Matrix.
the Matrix. Yeah, I feel like we're headed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Everyone's just gonna live to see it. Sad.
I didn't understand that last part though. Did it explode or did they just like
I think they just teleported somewhere.
okay.
Like they're smart enough to know that this place is dangerous,
Mhm.
but then they just teleport
Okay.
to like safer environment.
Yeah. Okay. But to be fair, I didn't think the actors are necessary. Actors or actress, and I don't even like him. What I forgot. I don't know his name.
I did laugh at the part where like toast to all the sex we're gonna have.
Oh,
I was like, holy shit, that's hilarious.
yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I like that one. That was a good one.
Yeah. Uh, did we miss anything? Oh, that was it, right? All 18 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Suits, yogurt. Yeah. Dude, there's so many boobs in all these.
Yeah, boobs and dicks.
Yeah. Okay.
There is a lot of boobs.
All
Well,
right.
to be fair, there's only a lot of dicks in dumpling.
Yeah. All right, Set. It's your turn. What you got for us? What anime?
All right, since we're talking about sci-fi and robots, so I recommend Time of Eve.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a mini short mini films,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like the one where it's like vastly different. It's just based on different people's perspective.
Okay.
So it takes place in like futuristic Japan, and then you have like androids everywhere. And then I think it starts off with one of the I guess he's a main character. He has like a android that is like a housemaid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know how like you treat your android kind of like a phone. So
Yep.
then he checks her log, and then he realizes that there's a period of time where she disappeared, right? So then he kind of like wonder where he's going or she's going. So he like follows her, and then he finds that she goes to this cafe called I think it's called Time of Eve. Is Jiken time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you get? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the cafe is called Time of Eve, and then basically the policy is that um, no one is like an android or a human cafe. Like everyone is treated like equal.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's other rules. It's pretty fun. Like it's sci-fi, it's mech, it's psychological, but it has to do with like ethics, I think.
Okay.
And yeah, pretty much. So then he goes there. He discovers people in the cafe,
Mm-hmm.
even though they could be androids. He doesn't know because the policy says you can't tell. So then he like changed his way about how he sees androids, and then he kind of like I guess he I guess he feels like they're more human in that cafe.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it. It's and I guess it's an underrated anime because it was a ONA, original net animation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's great. I give it a 9 out of 10.
So you
Yeah,
said it's just like a short series or a bunch of short series, but kind of tied or not really?
yeah, they all go to the cafe, but it's
Oh,
from
okay, okay. But different
different.
perspective. Okay, gotcha.
Yep, I think it's like 6 episodes. Sure.
Okay, so it's not that bad. How long are each episodes?
I think if you watch it all, it's like an hour 40 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, they bunched it up into a movie. If you want to watch the movie.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, uh, I guess for the brand new manga animated doujinshi that's coming out, it just came out. It's called Love, Death, and Robots. It's on Netflix too, or you could download it if you want. Check it out. We're talking about it. There's some bunch of spoilers with boobs and dicks, but if that's your shit, then go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, that's it. And then it's free for all. Talk about what we want. What you guys want to talk about? Okay. I'm always, or not always, but I recently was curious about the fact that people would say uh, that the sex of the person is like a mental disorder. Like people, whoever's like like transgender or those type of stuff that they would there's people that says that that's like a mental disorder, but there's people that doesn't, and it seems like people that says that it doesn't, it there's more of. Would you guys agree with like having someone, or yeah, agreeing, or which one would you guys agree with is what I'm trying to say.
Uh, this one's hard. I feel like you have to really just define disorder.
Mm-hmm.
Because when people think of the word disorder, it has a bad connotative meaning to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you just look at the word, it just means like it goes against the norm, and it's like a state of confusion.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's because we don't understand it, and we don't have. It's not something that we're used to, and it's not something that fits. And I guess you would say like who classifies it as a disorder, right? Is it
Mm-hmm.
psychologists? If they're expert at that, then in their field, they consider that a disorder because they can't like, like group it or make sense of it in any way, or it goes against their like their standard or their knowledge. But then I feel like, maybe in the future as more knowledge presents, then it wouldn't be a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be like you can name it, you can bring it to existence, and you can make sense of it. And once you can do that, it doesn't become a disorder.
Okay.
Like, I guess you can say like for some mental diseases,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you can like understand it, it has like a benefit to it, then it wouldn't be like a disorder. It would be disease, and then to like cure it and stuff like that because we understand it.
Okay.
That's a like a toughy issue, right? Then it's like you don't live in like that body, or you're not a if you're like a trans person, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's really hard to empathize. Like you can sympathize with them, but you can't empathize with them.
Yeah, it's really hard, right? There's okay, so putting or saying that for that there needs to be more study and research about that. But how about the people that thinks that there's some sort of animal like a rainbow fox or whatever? uh, would that still be the same concept? Would you think? Like, there's people out there that's that would wear those furry animal costumes. They'll actually be in a cage and eat only
Yeah,
animal
I,
foods and stuff.
I mean, people do that all the time, right? It's a slippery slope argument, so
Mm,
it's a fallacy. It's when you try to make an argument on something, right? You draw lines and you draw logical barriers.
mm,
So like for example, like people argue against gay marriage, right? There's
mm,
limitations and boundaries within it, and arguments when you make arguments against or for it, it's based on as much facts as you have as possible, and then you draw like a boundary, right?
mm,
And then people, if they can't have a good argument, they'll fall into this trap where they'll do like a slippery slope argument, or it's a fallacy, which is not an argument. And then they'll say that, well, it is an argument, but it's an illogical argument. So they'll say like, oh, if you can marry the opposite or the same sex, then you can marry, like a cell phone, or you can marry your dog, right?
yeah.
So that it goes into a chaotic and I guess disastrous place very fast, and then it appeals to people, right? You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. You're like, yeah, but it kind of like ruins the argument. So I would say that's a slippery slope argument too.
Mm.
I don't think it's a good.
So comparing what's happening now, where everyone's just like offended about everything, versus back when there wasn't as much, I guess, or there was pretty much nothing like that. But uh, why would you or yeah why would you I don't know how to phrase this. Why was it much easier back then and compared to now?
Because life was very difficult back then, right? You had so much chaos to deal with that you didn't have the leisure or the luxury to worry about these kind of things, right? Like
Okay.
people were dying from, smallpox, polio. There wasn't enough to eat. There was like slavery. There was like war going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like people don't have time to contemplate these weird, I guess not weird, but these like first world problems we have right now. And I feel like it's not that people um, are more snowflakey. I think it's just that we're not as strong, like because we don't face as much adversity as like our ancestors. So then we tend to not be able to, um, I guess, try to seek and tell the truth more because we feel like we're safe and that we'll live forever and that there's no consequence in what we say or do as much as back then, right? Like if you're gonna die at 30, you're gonna be very careful in what you do with your life, right? Like if this gay marriage thing is really important, am I willing to make the proper sacrifice for it? And people back then were like, oh, maybe getting food on the table and you know preserving like the life I have now is more important than pursuing like these, I guess, civil rights. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
Okay.
What is back then? Just like 30 years ago, or just like
I have to say like more than 30, right? Because I feel like our parents' age are as snowflakey as we were, if not more.
But I feel like the
Because they grew up in like almost a utopia, right? Like the 1990s was like a good time for them, right? It's like
that's
wages
for
were
sure.
high, the economy was good, like there was no war. Um, yeah, it was a really good time, and you know, so like easy time creates weak people, right? And then you have weak people raising weak children, and then you have like the millennials, which are the byproduct of that. So then the funny thing is, people think when you're a parent, you see your kids grow up, but then kids don't realize that you also see your parents grow up, which is more important than we realize. And it's like based in our subconscious mind, right? You see your parents go through changes that you might not even notice, and you don't make sense of it, whereas your parents do because you physically change, right? So then they're like, oh, now you're a teenager, now you're a young adult. But your parents change too, but their physical appearance doesn't change very much. So you feel like they don't change. But I think, and because you don't take note of it, you can't make sense of it. But if you really think about it, they do some stupid shit. They're pieces of shit too. But they're stuff you should admire.
I feel like some of these things that happen is like it's only been like maybe 3 to 5 years ago because it just feels like really recent, where everyone's just like flexing now and trying to talk shit about I don't know. I just don't like the people that talks for other people. Like for example, if I think I said this before, but like if someone's talking shit about Japanese people and a white guy would be like, "Whoa, hold on, that's racist." But like the Japanese people are like, "We don't care. Like, talk shit all you want." It's like doesn't really matter. But it's the that one white person that speaks up for them because I don't know, maybe in his mind he thinks that they're too weak to speak up or stuff like that. So like someone else takes offense off of something that's not even directed towards them.
Yeah, culture's gotten like a little weird in like the last 10, 5, 10 10 or so years. We're
Mm-hmm.
just like, I don't know, we've got people like started talking about like white privilege a lot, and then like I feel like a lot of people felt like they had to like um what do you
Mm-hmm.
call it? They gotta like push back in the opposite direction, and now we have to like have white people defending other people for some reason. And I feel like a lot of that is just like internet culture,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like did a lot of weird stuff to us.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really think that's like the right way of going. Like in terms of trying to take care of your own race, I guess you could say, for this circumstance. But it's I don't know if it's like a human characteristics of just trying to protect someone that's weaker, or I don't know, that's just your type of personality, and you just can't, or you have to be a hero, you know. So to me, I think that those types of people, it, yes, they are nosy, and I understand they're trying to care, but ultimately it's kind of not needed, and it creates this whole society like now where everyone's just like talking over each other and like being offended about everything. So it sucks because a lot of the stuff that you've done before you can't do anymore. It's like you're suppressing, I guess, what you're capable or can do. Like for example, the white privilege or white power sign thingy that you know what I'm talking about. That you make like a circle with your thumb and index finger or whatever, and then you put it like down to your knee or whatever, and then if they see it, you could punch them or something. You remember that?
Wait, what? That's about white power?
Yeah, because apparently that symbolizes the W and the P for white power. And there's like an argument where there's like a government person, I don't know who, I forgot who, but they did that, and it just happens to be a white person, and then they're like a lot of people are being offended by that. And it's like they're not even, they weren't that wasn't even their attention or intention, but it's just like people that just takes offense and thinks that it's wrong and stuff like that. It's just, I just feel like everyone's just being way too serious, and there's less leisure onto the things that we can and can't do you know
Yeah. It's definitely like a part of like there's no like mistakes. Nobody ever like misspeaks anymore. Like people just assume you were malicious.
mm.
You maybe you misspeak a little bit, something comes out that you didn't want to come out in that way, and people are just gonna jump on you, uh, because the internet's a thing. So you can just have like 3,000 tweets that come up on you, and suddenly that's all you hear.
Mm. I think they really need to get rid of Twitter, because that thing is like sucking everyone's soul.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Twitter is just kind of like designed to be that way because you just can't really get that many meaningful things out in I don't know what the new character limit is. It used to be 140, but like the way it's designed is for you to just like make snap judgments, right?
Mm.
It's designed so that you don't really think about what you're writing. They want to hear your like you see something, you comment on it you give your first impression basically.
Yeah, and it's better, if people actually didn't take it seriously, because it's in the end it's just media. It's a form of entertainment,
Yeah.
and I don't think you could be so, like, not honorful, but like take everything or everyone says so seriously. Yeah. I'm just angry at the fact that you can't say damn, or not damn, dumb and stuff, like, or dumb and, autistic and stupid anymore. Did you know that?
I didn't know about dumb, but they def I thought you could say artistic. Isn't that the
Um,
official?
unless it's like for like a research or study or some sort of like what's it called, educational purposes, you can't say that
Oh,
because it. Yeah, apparently people offended by it. And
what was that
my
last one?
what happened?
Oh, what was the last one? You said dumb, artistic,
And
and
stupid.
oh,
Like I always love to just say, if like someone did something stupid, I usually say you're a fucking dumbass.
yeah.
And it's just like you're robbing something that's embedded into my mind that I usually say, or yeah, just taken away. So I'm just like wondering if the people that actually does have like autism or stuff like that was the ones that's like, hey, I don't appreciate that, or was it just like some random dude that's studying them or something like that? It's like, oh no, that's the wrong thing to do. Oh, and you can't also say retard as well.
Oh, I mean that's been there a while.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The other stuff is just like I don't know. I guess like dumb. We used to say dumb used to be for people who are mute. I guess.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, with the nature of English is that it's a evolving language. It's always changing. Like dumb doesn't mean that anymore. Like
And like, I don't know, what's what's like a good example of something before our time that meant something, and then now it means not like where we currently are, but when like I should just say like in the 90s, if you recall any. No, you don't know any.
mhm. I
Yeah.
feel like the word literally we
Mm-hmm.
used to be used in the like dictionary sense, and then we kind of used to say the word literally in the like hyperbolic sense where we would just be like uh what do we say, like literally unplayable. I'm talking about Dota right now, I guess. But
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah.
we say it like I guess sarcastically, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I know people used to like kind of harp on that a little bit. Like that's not how you use that word, and well, now it is. So
Okay. So, okay, I guess. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know that, uh, that the words change over time. I guess that makes sense because America, everyone's just, it's just like third grade English, and it's not like a developed language. Because
yeah.
I'm not sure about the other places like Europe or Asia, but I'm in Asia. or at least in Japan, there is no no change in terms of how the word is used and stuff.
Well, I mean, it does change, but not in like the formal sense, I guess. So if you're doing like formal writing, it would never change. But like the local like speaking patterns are different, right?
Hmm.
Because everyone's always like making up new ways to like shorten the words.
Oh, okay, okay. I guess like the I don't know. It's if I mean a lot of Japanese people do this as a joke, but they purposely say the whatever the word is backwards.
Oh,
Do you know about this?
so they'll like switch the two characters around and they'll say it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay,
So like, and then that's
I've
been
actually
going
never
on.
heard that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's been going on for a long time, but a lot of the young people are doing it. Like for example, if it was a beer like biru, it'll be like ruby. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean like a lot of this stuff doesn't make sense, but for them it's like okay, if it doesn't make sense when they said it, maybe if I just like you know twist the words backwards, then it'll make sense, kind of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. In terms of that, I guess they do have it, but I don't think it's as big as here in America, where the actual word is like used like like different like structure.
I think definitely American English is the fastest changing language
Mm.
because we have so many like immigrants and we have the country is just so big. We have East Coast English and West Coast English and we have NorCal English and SoCal English and they're just always intermixing.
Mm.
Whereas like Japan doesn't really mix that much. They're pretty insular. There's there's only like they there's Kansai and there's uh, standard Tokyo, and that's it. There's some mixing, but they like to keep it pretty samey. I mean, Korea has the same thing. They have like Seoul Korean and just like uh, more countryside, and they don't mix that much.
Mm. Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, people who speak English just complain a lot, even though they speak the fastest changing language.
Mm.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Is um I believe English isn't. Well, it was either isn't or is in the world's top languages. Like,
It definitely was like 15 years ago. I don't know if
mm,
that's still the case. I mean, Chinese is still up there.
yeah. But I think those are just the polls of the people that like the current population. Like, I would say if we brought down the population of China to like equal the amount of America, it wouldn't be in the top.
Oh, if we like scaled
Like
it down.
if we scaled everything equally, like population wise, I think that the whole language thing is like it would be totally different.
Yeah, they're because they make up their population is like 3 times or something.
Mm,
It's like a really big difference. Yeah.
mm,
I don't know. That's kind of would that even be accurate though? It's kind of
Yeah, I guess, but in that sense, I don't think it would be fair. It's not. Well, obviously, you can't be fair about this. This is like hard, research and stuff like that. But in terms of in terms of the ranking stuff, I'm not even sure we should even be ranking it, but I guess to get the general knowledge of how many people knows this, like however much languages or whatever, I guess it's okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying
Mm-hmm.
because the population of China is so big, it kind of inflates the numbers a little bit, but it
Mm.
doesn't really accurately reflect like the mobility and like the how widespread it is across the globe.
Yeah, yeah.
Because definitely a lot of countries speak English for sure. I think Spanish is also up there and Arabic.
Yeah, yeah. Someone said that English is like the third now, and then English is used for business affairs between countries. Yeah, that makes sense because I feel like a lot of the businesses consists of America, or yeah, like some part of it at least that's always involved in businesses. But yeah, that's okay. So English is third.
I mean, in terms of business, definitely Mandarin and English are still going to
Yeah, yeah.
be up there just because our countries are just so rich compared to a lot of other countries.
Mm. Oh, yeah, definitely. I thought like Spanish was up there as well. Like I don't. I'm really terrible at my geography, but I don't even know any other place that uses Spanish besides Mexico. And then,
I mean,
well,
there's
like,
Spain and there's all of like
yeah, yeah.
South America, and that's a, that's a big amount. That's a big chunk of the globe
Okay, all right, all right.
already. So,
Okay,
but
yeah, okay.
definitely like those countries are not, there's less like rich countries among those
Mm.
than in America and China.
But I feel like in terms of like a country, let's just say, let's just pick one. Let's just say in Asia, they have, yeah, they're Asian language, but what region of Asia has like these different languages imbued into them? Like there would be more bilinguals or trilinguals based on their region. Like let's just say the Asian region that's closer to um, America has more bilinguals, like English and their Asian languages. Like, what or would that also imply to the ranking of the language, if you know what I mean?
Oh, so you mean
Like, I
like
don't,
how
I
many
don't.
of these
Mhm.
people would be multilingual?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to understand when they have these kind of rankings, or is it
Yeah.
just like a bilingual person or not? I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just
No, it's native. Yeah,
oh,
because
so it's just like
when you're bilingual, it counts.
so they do count it. Oh no, no, no. You say
No,
they don't. Okay,
they don't. Yeah,
okay,
it's not
okay,
a native speaking language.
okay, okay. All right. Okay.
Because if they did, then English would be really high up there. Because everyone has to learn English
Mm-hmm.
mostly.
But it's really beneficial, right? Anyways, just because everyone wants money and tries to get into businesses and stuff. So not,
Yeah, it's like you want to go to college, but you have to take the SAT.
yeah.
So you want to do business with America, you should know English. Yeah, it's a trade-off, I'd say. And even if it's not the majority, it's still the minority, right? It's still a good language to learn because
Mm.
the minority always hold the majority of the wealth, anyways.
Mm.
So it's like a exclusive rich language in a way.
Yeah, it's also like the the main language of the internet, and that's a pretty big factor. It's
Yeah.
either that or Russian. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm not really associating myself as much with different cultures, I guess. I don't have this mindset that there's more people out there that has like more or like a top language that's being used that I haven't heard of. Like I mean, like for example, if I just go to like Hawaii or something, it's like English and not like any other language. Or like if I go to, I don't know, like New York, it's like English. So I'm like going to all these places that just use English, so it's kind of like hard for me to understand that. So yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess it does make sense that America is like a really big place, so English would be up there as well. Yeah. Okay. All right. Got that cleared.
I'm not sure I follow. uh, okay, moving
No,
on.
no, no, no. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Got it. Yeah. I don't know. That's pretty much it for me. Unless you guys have something you guys want to ask.
Did any of you guys ever had like a near death experience before?
Uh, I'm pretty sure I have. I just don't want to remember it. I know I had like a heart attack, I think.
Oh shoot, yeah,
I
that might be
know
one.
I was working out and I guess I don't know what the reason was, but it's just like it's crazy. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's your vision, it doesn't black out first. It turns all red. Like everything turns red first. And you're you're still alive, and then you could feel everything and stuff like that, but you'll start to sweat or at least get really hot, and then like the black hits, and then you like pass out or something. But um yeah, for me, that whole before experience was like really scary for me. Like once you knock out, everything's black, and then you just don't know what happens. But that whole adventure or road is just like really, or was scary for me. Yeah, it's
Wait, so you like passed out at the gym?
no, no, no. Luckily, I was like on my way back from the gym. Like it was a process of, I guess, I don't know what it was. It was just like my body trying to recover or something, and then I guess something was happening, or maybe my heart rate was going way too fast, and then when I was trying to like cool down and stuff, it happened. But I passed out like in the car, not well. I wasn't driving, but like I pulled over and then stopped, and then yeah.
Were you by yourself? You just kind
Yeah,
of
yeah, that
passed
that
out for a
was
bit?
yeah.
Maybe you weren't getting enough oxygen to your brain, maybe your head.
I honestly don't know,
I mean,
but
that's a good possibility because you were just working out just before, right?
Yeah, because if you had a heart attack, you'd been dead.
I don't
Because
know, cause when I felt like the pulse in my neck and my chest, it wasn't there anymore. So I don't know if it was like
Didn't
just
didn't you take like a blood test before, like recently? After?
after that.
Yeah.
I
Because
don't know.
when
I
you
don't
have a heart
remember.
attack, the cardiac cells, the fracture, they can detect it in your bloodstream. And then, if you went for like a physical, yep, I don't know if they test for that. I feel like they wouldn't because they're cheap. But then maybe. It's a hard question.
No, I just I don't even know if like the experience was weird because um before I blacked out, I checked the pulse and I couldn't feel it, and then I was like, I was scared because I didn't feel any pulse, so I started punching my chest where my heart was, and then I blacked out. So I don't know if that helped or not, but yeah, that's how like the whole thing went.
It wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it's definitely scary. Like, he was driving. So, if you blacked out on the road, that could be awful.
Gotcha. Oh, April Fools.
uh, uh, uh.
Oh man.
uh.
Happy April Fools, everyone. Got you guys. Got you guys good. Yeah, near death experience. I don't know.
Okay,
What about you, Tim? Did
I'm
you have
even
one?
more boring because I've never even like been to the hospital for myself. So,
Yeah. Well, luckily I'm been healthy, staying out of trouble. So yeah, I don't know what's the word. Blessed, staying out of trouble.
yeah, blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been blessed.
Yeah. Why? What did you have one set?
Yeah, but it's I guess it's not that exciting. It's when went to the beach when I was little. I think like, well, not little, like in my teen, and then one of my friends, I guess he swam out too far, and then me and my other friend went to get him, and then we swam really far out to try to like get him back. We brought like those weird call it? It's kind of like a boogie board. There you go. Like we brought
Oh,
a boogie board. Yeah. And then he boogie board back, but then I ran out of strength to swim back.
Mm.
Yeah, and the waves kept pushing me away further and further. And I was like, "Oh shit. I don't know how I'm going to get back."
There was no lifeguard.
I don't think so. Yeah, there was like no lifeguard. So then I was just like I didn't know what to do. So then I was like panicking. And then I was like, "Okay, like my arms are super." So what I did was I swam. I laid on my back, and then I backstroked back, and somehow made it. So I was like, yeah, my near death experience.
Mm.
Yeah, it was pretty like had the adrenaline rushing. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, if
That was
all else
definitely scary.
fails, just lay on your back. At least you could float. I can't float. Like I don't have that much body fat on my legs, so I'll start sinking from my legs. uh, I know that if you can't swim, it's better for you to go down. Like, I mean, don't take my word for it, but for what I've been doing is, if it's not too deep, you could actually touch the ground and just walk down the ground. Like, yeah, you're kind of submerged in the water, but you could uh like walk down the ground to shore. Yeah, but I mean that's what I do. Like, no April Fool's pun intended, but that's like my last resort if my arms are like too tired to swim, which most of the time I don't think, because I used to surf. So yeah, it's the ocean is pretty scary. You know, the waters and all the weird shit that's in there, like dolphins and seaweeds and stuff. Like, I think in terms of being in the mountains or the sea or the ocean, I would choose the mountains. Like, I have a better chance surviving when I could see everything, because you can't really see much in the waters, right? So you don't know what's gonna freaking come up and kill you. Or rather, like to see that there's like a grizzly bear coming to attack me. I don't know. That's just my preference. Uh, well, what about you, Tim? Would you rather see something, like, if you were to be killed by something, would you rather see what's gonna be killing you, or like just not even?
I don't know. Bear is a little intense, but I definitely have a fear of like the really deep. I learned that when I tried playing Subnautica, so now I know. It's a weird way for me to find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think it's just the struggle,
Yeah,
cause
like the ocean is so scary, you know, because it has like so many layers of scary shit to it, right? Like
Yeah,
one, you can die from drowning, so lack of oxygen, that's scary already. And then you
yeah,
got that pitch black darkness, right?
yeah,
And then you got pressure crushing your bones, and then
yeah,
you got like monsters, right?
yeah,
Like holy shit, man.
yeah.
Oh
The
man.
deeper you go, the scarier it gets.
Yeah, like in space, you just suffocate.
Yeah, there's nothing out there.
Nothing. You probably
Yeah.
freeze instantly. You know.
break off a arm or two.
Yeah, break off an arm. Peaceful way to go. You know, float forever. And nah, you're gonna get eaten by some,
It's, yeah,
scary looking.
it's crazy how we haven't even discovered like half of the ocean, or like the depths, because it just goes way
Yeah,
too
no
deep,
one
like
wants to
balls
go
deep.
down there.
Yeah.
See,
For
people
all
rather go to space and then explore the abyss.
for all we know, there's like a Cthulhu font.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's like a Cthulhu down there.
Yeah.
Every time they like get pictures of whatever lives down there, it's something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always something scary.
I think, oh man, I don't remember what the animal was. I know it was like a sea creature that has harder bone structure than um, the hardest metal. What was it called? That titanium.
Oh, you're talking about the sea slugs, right?
Yeah, yeah. They have like the teeth or something like that. The bone that's like harder than that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. Because the pressure is so strong down there that it would crush them if their exoskeleton or their skeleton was strong enough.
Yeah.
And then they also produce light. Scary shit.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit, man. Like, and we barely discovered these. Fuck.
Yeah, and they all look like children drawing. You guys ever notice that? Like these fishes look like 4-year-olds or drew them.
Yeah, and it's scary
So
because they actually
maybe,
exist.
maybe they exist. Maybe whatever we can imagine to exist.
I'm just scared of like everything down there, like the depths, like the darkness. I don't even like being swimming up on the surface.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's like,
Scary.
you know those pictures where there's like a someone like a surfer on the top, but there's like a huge fucking like creature or something on the bottom, just like opening his mouth and coming up.
Yep.
Like, yeah, fuck that. No,
Yeah.
it's nice though. The beach is nice.
Yeah. It just shows you darkness is scary.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? No, nothing. All right. We gonna end the stream, the podcast. Everyone have a good night. Thanks, Tim and Set. See you guys next time.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, see you.